Blessings, family. I am on today because I'm finalizing some of my videos from the continent. I discovered that there's still some things on my camera that I didn't include. So I want to make sure I get everything on as I start to transition to the new channel. And I'm doing some other things that have come out of this journey that I didn't necessarily plan to do, but it's all a blessing because it's going to help me get back home. So, I want this video is dedicated to people that I met that were truly amazing, um, really private but amazing business owners. And if I can shine a little bit of light on them, I want to do that. So that's what this video is going to be dedicated to. People that I met that I was welcome into their homes. They gave me tours. They welcomed me to the Gambia, but they weren't comfortable in front of the camera, and I wanted to respect that. But I did tell them that at some point I'd be doing this exact video. And so this video is going to be dedicated to those amazing Africans from the diaspora as well as from the continent that it was such a blessing to meet. Um, so the first one I'm going to start with is a couple who have a guest house in the Gambia. You can find this couple on Wodamaya's channel. He did a video called The Best Place to Stay Whenever You Are in the Gambia. I'm looking at my phone because I had to pull it up. Their guest house is next to Turntable, which you all have heard me talk about before. And it's like located behind King's Bakery. So it's like in a perfect location. But it is owned by an amazing sister who is a graphic artist who I believe has a website, and her husband. And they are just amazing people. I'm going to put their information in the description. But she gave us a tour of the guest house, and it was beautiful. Coming from New York, it reminded me of the notion of a brownstone design brought into the Gambia. And I'm sure they have homes like that in England as well, because I remember living in the UK for 6 months and I stayed with some friends and they had an amazing home. Shout out to the McMillan family. Um, it was a brother named Terry McMillan, and his family welcomed me into their home when I came to the UK, and I stayed with them off and on for like 2 or 3 months. And whenever they would come to the States, I would look for them. I mostly remember their mom. She was so amazing, Mrs. McMillan and her husband, just a beautiful Caribbean couple, used to make me fried bakes. Okay, y'all, I'm going off on a tangent, but let me come back. So, the couple I'm telling you about, husband and wife couple, regal, beautiful African couple, both very talented. I believe the husband is like an architecture and an interior architect and an interior decorator. The wife is a graphic artist. And they both manage this beautiful guest house in the Gambia. They have the most amazing artwork. Um, and the guest house has like some amazing features. I remember Ammon going into their master bedroom that they offer, and it had this shower. When I tell you, look like something out of the space age. You step into this thing, I believe you can steam and sauna in the shower, and there's all these valves and shower heads, and you already know, like you just step in it and you feel comfort and nothing's on. The bedrooms are beautiful. The furniture is beautiful. The space is just bright and open down to the stairwell. So please check out that video on Wodamaya's channel because he has some footage of the home. Um, the wife, I think it's Montondo and Makeba are their names. Let me just double check in my contacts because I want to make sure I'm giving you all the right information. And like I said, if I'm not, I'm going to type it so you all will have the names and the name of the guest house. And I hope that you all will consider there, especially if you like an upscale, private type of setting, this would be a beautiful place for you. Um, but amazing folks. So yeah, we went to their home. And the wife, who is a graphic artist, was kind enough to sit with Ammon and talk to him about the graphic arts and the different areas that he should look into. The husband shared his designs with my son. When I tell you my son got so many blessings this trip, not they don't know, not only did they offer him their skills and their experience and their education and some tools with that, but they gave him the example of what Black love looks like. Like I want him to have that. You know, he had that as a child with me and his dad, but I need him to know that it's consistent and it's lasting. And you know, when you have a great partner, you can do amazing things. So he was able to see that, and I can't thank them enough. And I just want to say thank you to them. I'm gonna let them know I put this video up. All the Ammon and I send our love, and we are so grateful. I'm going to move on to my next person, who was a sister that y'all saw in one of my videos. This was a night when I had palm wine. Hadn't drank anything yet, but I was acting a little drunk. I think I was giddy because I was leaving the next day and I just didn't know what to do with myself. But this sister's name is CEE. That's what we call her. And C is like an amazing woman. She has a son. You know, she's a mom in the Gambia with her son. And I think she's been in Gambia about a year. She's from the UK. Beautiful, chocolate, melanated sister. She's single, brothers. Um, C is like an amazing woman, and she's a good mom to her son. She's always hustling, you know, and she's always making sure he gets food, right? So this is how C and I hooked up. We were supposed to meet at this restaurant. The owner at the restaurant wasn't too pleasant. C and I decided to walk off, and that gave me an opportunity to spend time with her. And we talked, and you know, we just kind of shot the breeze. And when I tell you, it doesn't matter where you come from on a continent, when you meet good people, you just click. So C was talking to me, and we were talking about places we could get food from inexpensively, and we hung out for a bit, and we decided to go a few places. So C is like, you know, let me take you around. So we walked, we went, sat, had a drink. You know, during the week we connected again. And when we connected again, it was kind of late. It was dark. That's the video I did where you see me saying getting food at night in the Gambia. I'm with C. When I tell you C be hustling, not only is she getting food for herself and her son, but she gets food for her dogs. She goes to the vendors, like they know her, right? So I guess whatever food they don't use or they're going to dash at the end of the night, she is able to go collect the food with her bags. I'm probably giving away her secret, but when I tell you she's the woman, like these folks give it to her, period. Like they're not trying to give it to nobody else. So don't try to take her contacts. Not going to work. But C goes, gets food for her dog. So she got all kind of bags. This is a woman who will take a bag this big and pull 10 tote bags out of it. She's that sister, right? So C's taking me to her hookup. So she cutting through alleys. She going through little side streets that I would never venture down alone. But she used to live in this community previously, so she knows her way around. And all the folks know her. You know, that night, I believe we must have got like three different dishes for less than $5. I'm sure I had Benachin rice. Amon had like baked chicken and noodles, and I think I got groundnut stew as well. But she knows all the hookups. She knows her way around the Gambia. So she kept saying, you know, she never really talked about what she did. She just told me that she tried to help people previously and didn't have the best experience. But it turns out when I finally asked her, like, what is it that you do? Because now that I'm gone, I didn't have a chance to interview you. She tells me that she's a realtor that helps the diaspora. When I tell you I can't with these sisters, they are so humble. They've been on the continent and they really are just very modest about what they do. But I want you all to know what they do because we need their services when we come and we need to support our own. So I will be putting C's information, Queen C, her information will be um, in the description box once I finish this video as well. Gotta say thank you to C. I hope we get to hang out more when I get back to the continent. I'm glad our boys were able to hook up and hang out. And maybe we'll all go four-wheeling when I come back, right? I'm saying all, but it's probably just going to be me because I don't know when Ammon is going to make his way back to the continent. He probably will come like on his breaks and stuff like that. But I look forward to hanging out with C. Also, C knows all the disco spots. And when I made it to C, spicy, tasty vegan cuisine, when you see me at that event with the music, it's because C called my host, Rahima, and was like, listen, Mama Nasira is having this thing. Y'all need to get over here. So she is the hookup. She knows the spots. She knows the hangouts. She's a realtor. Like it don't get no better than that. You get a realtor like that, and she's like, you not only just giving you property, but she is telling you how to get around in the community, what's in those communities. And I don't know that a whole lot of realtors will give that to you because they won't really know what's important to you. But coming from the diaspora, that will be something that will be a concern. So shout out to C, my sister. Can't wait to see you when I get back. Thank you. Um, we're going to move on to the next person now. This is interesting. So Ammon and I trying to get a cab on the road, and there's no cab. All the cabs are full. It's kind of late. It's dark. So we're getting a little tired at this point, and I'm just like, okay, we might have to start walking because I'm not seeing cabs, right? I don't even remember what day it was, and that was rare, but we just happened. Oh, you know what? I think it was the night that we came from the interview with the melanated Mr. Mosley and THC. It was that night because it was kind of dark and we were trying to get home and everything was packed. Like all the vans were packed coming through. So we saw a cab, and as the cabs go, you tell them where you're going. So I'm like, Bruford, 5 Point, trying to get to the junction where we live at. So no, everybody's saying, no, they're not going that way or it's full. So this one taxi goes by. It's two brothers in the front, right? And they go by, and I see the brother kind of turn as he goes by, but I figured he was saying they weren't going in our direction. So not even a minute later, someone's calling me from behind. So I turn, and it's the brother from the cab. And I remember his face because I remember him turning. I said, oh, well, maybe he decided they were going our direction. So he comes over to me and Amon, he's not close, but he's a distance. And he says, listen, I have to go past that area, but I can drop you off. So I look at Amon. Amon's like, let's go. Like, he's tired of waiting. I'm like, okay. So we go. We go to get in the cab, and he's the passenger. So the driver is in the cab. He pulled in like by a store. If you all remember where King's Bakery was, there was some stores over there. He pulled in like right there. So we were able to just walk to the taxi. So when we go to get in the taxi, there's a box on the back seat. And he's like, oh, let me move the box. And he goes to pick up the box, and there's puppies in there. Yes, y'all, there's puppies, okay? Now, if y'all don't know, Amon is an animal lover, and everybody's weak for puppies, right? So there's three puppies. They are beautiful. When I tell you fluffy, cotton ball, tan colored, beautiful puppies. So the brother is like, I'm sorry, let me move them, and he's moving, and Amon's like, can I hold one, and he tells Amon, sure, go ahead. So Amon picks the puppy up in his face, and the dog is just looking at him, sniffing him. Precious. If I wasn't leaving, I would have been like, how much? I gotta have one, right? So he talks to us, and this brother is from Sweden. Beautiful, tall, bronzed complexion. You know how we do. And he is telling me that he is a breeder. He breeds dogs. He's from Sweden. He and his partner, who I'm going to assume is Gambian, are in the process of opening a pet shop. They are going to have an obedience school for dogs. They will be selling specialty dog foods, and they breed dogs. And I was like, you got to let me do an interview. Yeah, because we're in the cab at this point. He's like, no, handsome, but very shy, not interested in being on camera. I said, no problem. Let me aim it at the dogs and you can talk in the background. He's like, no, the dogs aren't clean. I just picked them up. I have to clean them. Very particular about how he takes care of the animals, how he's presenting them. So I can tell this is his livelihood. Had to respect it. But I did tell him I would be doing this video. So I'm hoping that he will see this video at some point. I do have his phone number. I will be sharing his phone number. He actually showed me pictures of all of the dogs that he has bred, um, that he has raised, that he owns. When I tell you beautiful, I've never seen dogs like this in the Gambia. You know, it's a rarity if we see pit bulls, like the beautiful pit bulls that the Bag family have, right? They have a beautiful set of dogs. But these are dogs, like I'm talking the little ones you stick in your purse, the ones that are really, really fluffy, um, very distinguished looking dogs, just beautiful breeds. And if you contact this brother, I'm sure he can present what he has and you all could talk more to him. I will be letting him know that I gave him a shout out and that he should look for this video. If he has a website, he can add his website and then I will modify the video so you all will have that. Got to say thank you to that brother for the ride. He came to the rescue. Ammon and I are so grateful, and it was such a pleasure to meet you. Blessings, and we will see you when we get back to the Gambia. Okay, next one. Let's see, who else did I meet? That was in Gambia. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that I met in the Gambia. Um, I did meet a brother at King's Bakery who had a hair shop with some great products. He was right by King's Bakery and he was from England and he had a lot of products from the diaspora. You know, they were moderately priced, but he had a nice selection. So y'all might want to check him out if you're in the Gambia. Um, I told you all about the brother from the Jamaican restaurant. I did a little video on him and other little people, and I'm not saying little as in little, but other individual entrepreneurs that I met. You all were able to see them because they were willing to do videos, right? And I'm going to mention that taxi driver again. I told you all one time I had run out of Dalasi and there was a taxi driver that agreed to take me and Ammon for like 41 Dalasi. I gotta give him a shout out because that brother did not have to do that. And when I get back to the continent, I'm gonna be looking for him again. I did put his number out there before, but I want to make sure I put his number out there again because he did not have to give us a ride, and he did. He was very gracious, very kind. I don't remember his name. I want to say it's Muhammad, but I don't want you all thinking I'm stereotypical. But there's a lot of Lamins and Muhammads on the continent, so I want to make sure I give his name correctly with his information. And I'm thinking that might be it for now for the businesses. I just wanted to give those folks a shout out. And I've been meaning to do this video for a while, so I had to do this one. To wrap this video up, I'm going to talk about my new business venture, which is not really new to me, but it's new for other people. Because I do the online sales, some folks have reached out and I'll be doing a group session. The cost is $50 for the first session, $25 a month if you choose to join and have me follow you and support you and coach you through the process. We're going to have our first session on Friday at 7:30 p.m. So even if you're already selling, you still may not know the tips that I know. Because quite honestly, I was introduced to Poshmark by a colleague at work. And my colleague was her mind was blown once I got started because I was discovering things and then I would come back to her asking her, did you know about this? Did you know about that? And she's like, I had no idea about that. Thank you. Thank you. So, you know, people can give you something, but you don't have it all. And we are able to exchange information. Like that is the thing about this. The way I do my research is a little different from a lot of people. So I know I have tips that other people may not have. And if you know it, find a way to improve upon it, right? There's always something you can take. Those of you who know me know I love to say, chew the fish, spit out the bones. I put that in chats all the time. My thing is just take the knowledge you can take from it and move on. Everything is not going to apply, but what does apply may be valuable to you. So join us Friday, 7:30 p.m., right? You can pay via PayPal, Zelle, or Google Pay. You will get back your money within the first week. You will double your money within that first week if you follow my instructions. I can guarantee you that. Okay. So please hit me up, leave your information in the chat, get in touch, check out the video. I actually listed the videos under the different countries. as well as the different topics. So if you look under thrift for repat, okay? Thrift for repat is what we're calling it. And that's for folks that are going to be thrifting or trying to thrift so that they'll have enough money for the repatriation. So we'll talk again. I'll be coming back because I have another video I need to do that's long overdue. And I'm going to hit that one in as well. Blessings. Stay focused. Stay resilient. See you in the next one.